Welcome back, everyone. It's the last thing you want to think about after getting into a car accident, but at some point, we all have to bite the bullet and call our insurance company. But when you file a claim, the best advice may be to think before you speak.
Saying the wrong words during that first phone call can turn what should be a quick, painless settlement into an endless nightmare. A new report by insure.com has 6 trigger words you should never use when filing a claim. And here are the top 6 no-nos. The first word to cut out of your vocabulary, guys, is the word sorry. Oh, that's cute. Now, you may say, I'm sorry out of habit or embarrassment after a car crash, but hold your tongue at the scene of an accident. There's no need to admit fault or assign blame. Let a police officer determine fault. You don't want your words to cause confusion about your role in an accident, especially if you weren't at fault.
I'm sorry. I'll never say I'm sorry again.
That kid will never say sorry.
I'm bad at this. Now, insurance will cover bad luck and bad judgment, but like driving too fast on ice and crashing, but it's not going to cover intentional acts like damage caused by a domestic fight, for instance. Now, if your wife took a bat to your car hood during an argument, think Carrie Underwood, or maybe you just broke your car window in order to get your keys. I have not done that before, but I've been close. Get ready to pay for that damage yourself because it is not covered. Did you guys know that?
I did not. New fun
Don't
fact.
do that.
Yeah.
Do not. If I come out and my car window's broken, I'm going to blame you.
We're going to know who it is now.
Take a look at
What's
this
that Brian
next
guy?
one.
Yeah, this guy, right? How about a third no-no word? The word is fine. Many people have a tendency to assure everyone they're fine after an accident, but that can cause trouble in the long run if you ended up feeling not so fine the next day. Some good advice: let the doctor say you're fine before you give this information to your insurer or anyone else.
Good call. That is not one that I knew.
Next up, breakdown. Your car won't start in the morning.
Oh, I've been there, done that.
Everybody's been
I've
there,
had
right?
this. Your axle snaps while you're turning a corner. You maybe have a mechanical breakdown and maybe an emotional one too.
Been there, done that.
Here's some bad news. Breakdowns are not covered by insurance unless you specifically added mechanical breakdown coverage to your policy. If your insurer offers it, make sure you understand the details, the fine print, and everything it includes.
I know that I've done that, and I had an emotional breakdown. But the part that happened is that I ran out of gas.
Do you know how to change your tire?
I do. I learned
that's right.
that in my
Wow.
Flora.
All right, good.
I know how to do. I'm not saying I would do it, but
I didn't know you could get insurance for that.
I didn't either. Yeah.
I
Something new.
use AAA as my best friend, just so you know. And finally, a big no-no word to mention to your, not to mention to your insurance company: whiplash. If that happens, this insurance adjuster, will immediately call your bluff because they're looking for that word. They're always on constant alert against bogus medical claims. Now, the biggest thing to remember is don't self-diagnose your injuries from an accident. If you think you're injured, maybe even just a little bit, see a doctor because they're the ones that will determine if your whiplash is just that or maybe it's something even more serious. Did you know that?
I did. No. Yeah, I did not.
I use that term all the time because I never know. I've had whiplash before. Maybe that's why it wasn't covered.
Yeah, it's one of those words that's kind of thrown around or tossed around maybe so easily, isn't it?
Yeah, and
You
you're not
bump
even
your
thinking
brakes.
about
Yeah.
when you say it. So
It's kind of like a concussion.
yeah,
like a concussion.
self-diagnose, and it could be something way worse, which in most cases it sometimes is.
Exactly.
All right, well, some
Good
good
tips.
advice to follow if you're ever in an unfortunate situation like an accident. For more advice, head over to kdlt.com where we have set up a link for you. And